I must admit, I find the NPC meme to be hilarious. The right often says the left can't meme, and I kinda have to agree with that to an extent. There have been left-wing memes, the left has done some fine memes, no problem, but for whatever reason, whatever the right is, they're much better at memeing. And I think it might have something to do with the desire for humor and playfulness and fun. A lot of people on the left say you can't make certain jokes. They criticize comedians. They certainly laugh, of course, but they're much more strict on what is or isn't allowed. The right, but basically I look at it this way. You have a natural ecosystem. On the left, certain things are not allowed to be joked about. Therefore, the evolution of humor is limited. On the right, literally like Nazi memes. Like there's no holds barred, right? So basically, the evolution of memeing on the right is much more rapid and faster when you're less concerned about being offensive. We have this meme, the NPC meme, and it is one of the funniest memes ever. You can see here it's the NPC Wojak. And you have a bunch of these like weird blank faces putting their arms on another guy who's got a weird blank face. This comes from, I made a video about it before, but this comes from the idea of the philosophical zombie. People have talked about the NPC theory or hypothesis many times, and the idea is, when you encounter somebody who doesn't have critical thinking, here's a good example. You'll see a video of a guy going to a Trump protest, and he'll say, why are you protesting? And they'll say Trump is bad. And he'll say, what don't you like about Trump? And they'll just look confused. The joke is, they're non-player characters, meaning they don't have dialogue lines designed to respond to these kinds of questions. Look, obviously, I think you'd have to be an extreme narcissist or egotist to actually believe human beings are non-player characters. It's just meant to be a funny meme to poke fun at people who don't know what they're talking about but are angry about something anyway, for whatever reason. Naturally, this is more widely used among the right, though it's not the right. There are certainly people who are social leftists and progressives who are associated with like anti-SJW types who use the meme. Personally, I think the meme's funny. Memes can be funny. This is not an extremely racist Nazi meme this is literally just a joke about people being brainwashed zombies. It's fine. But of course, we got some highlights here from Know Your Meme. If you sincerely refer to living human beings as NPCs, you are a fascist, an enemy to your own species, and basically a complete shitbag person. Dehumanization is not some cool trend of thought by Caucasian as fuck grad students. What? Caucasian as fuck, I get it. It's the capitalist erasure of ethics. Oh my god, it's just it's so annoying when literally everything is capitalism. It's like, dude, I don't think you know what capitalism means. They're like, no, fascism is capitalism. Capitalism, like, literally just drop capitalism. It's a buzzword now. So this person said, fascists adopt dog whistles so quickly that as soon as one becomes recognizable to the public, like SJW, they've moved on. It's not coincidence, it's plausible deniability. NPC is explicitly meant to dehumanize. They'll take advantage of lack of recognition as long as they can. This actually, a little side note, this blew my mind. Somebody made an NPC graffiti, like somewhere. I don't know where this is, but it says, at Lush Sucks is an NPC. That's cool graffiti. I think that's pretty cool. Here's the thing. Right Wing Watch ran the story. The right-wing internet gets hip to NPC memes. And, believe it or not, Jared Holt actually, he's done a really good job of on-the-ground reporting. I know a lot of people are going to be like, no, Jared Holt's a crazy person. It's like, look, I think he gets some of these stories a little wrong. He's a little hyperbolic for sure. But he's actually, when he was on the ground in Portland, he produced a much more balanced piece than the Daily Beast or Huffington Post. Like, I don't think the dude's intentionally trying to be misleading. I think he's just extremely locked away in a bubble. I think he's all right. Here's my thing is, you're allowed to be wrong if it's a mistake, right? There are a lot of people in media who are willfully misleading you. I don't believe that Jared Holt is one of these people. Because when he wrote about what happened in Portland, I was like, wow, he actually, he was actually fair in his assessment of what happened, saying, Antifa threw a rock, hit a journalist in the head. He pointed out these things that many in the media weren't highlighting. He highlighted the groups were separated from each other for the most part. So I don't think he's intentionally misleading people. And it's funny that and I'll say this too, I would be more willing to trust Jared Holt of Right Wing Watch, like a non-profit, a project of people for the American way. I trust him more than I trust the Huffington Post because I've seen his field reporting. I'm not telling you to use these sources for your facts. No. He's certainly hyper-partisan. But I don't think he's a bad person. I think he's just in a bubble. And I know a lot of people who are like him, that are associated with the far left, but are completely honest, and they're not authoritarian. Anyway, he writes about how the NPC meme is like in right-wing circles and things like that. And I think that's one thing that I find really interesting here is that it's not right-wing circles. It's rather like, it's like center-left to right-wing. Yes, and my understanding is it did start on 4chan. So, 4chan is considered to be as far right as you can go. I don't know if that's true, or if right is the right way to describe it. But in terms of the colloquial right-wing. But there are a lot of people I know who are centrists and center-left who use it because it's a meme. We understand the reference. And here's the thing. They call it right-wing circles. Right. Except here on r/political humor, we have, quote, "We are not NPCs." And this tweet, at 2 a.m, hundreds of Ted Cruz supporters all woke up to issue the same exact statement on Twitter. Nothing suspicious about this. Nope. These are just all proud, patriotic American citizens, all deep in the heart of Texas. Here's what I want to point out. The point of this video. First of all, if you can't laugh at a meme, then you're an asshole. Memes are jokes, plain and simple. Sometimes they can be really bad, and I don't agree with every kind of joke for sure, but I understand that most memes, like regular old memes, funny. The left has been calling people on the right bots for 2 years. And all of a sudden, when a meme emerges, associated not with the left, I don't want to say it's a right wing, but it's not with the regressive left, all of a sudden now it's like, you're dehumanizing us. Oh, if you dehumanize people, you're a fascist. It's like, oh, are you looking in a mirror? Because the left has been calling the right, and people who are like, I hate saying the right, because I am socially liberal, but they call anyone outside of the regressive authoritarian left, right-wing, alt-right, they say you're dehumanizing people, and it's like, okay, so when you refer to me as a bot, and they have, and I got a big following, and I make videos every day, and I'm literally on the ground places, but sure enough, they'll call me a bot. That's not dehumanizing. Calling everyone a Russian bot, a neo-Nazi, a fascist, oh, that's not dehumanizing. But as soon as the right says, hey guys, they're non-player characters, oh no, oh heavens, they're dehumanizing us. So, I want to read a little bit of, Right Wing Watch points out how it's like NPC is replacing the term SJW, but apparently like social justice warrior is embraced by a lot of social justice warriors. But they say, in September, the meme experienced a brief renaissance on 4chan's politically incorrect anonymous image board, but appeared to wander out of the spotlight nearly as quickly as it had entered. But since the publication of a Kotaku article explaining the meme last week, users have made a play to replace the term SJW, referring to the caricature of a social justice warrior, and has given birth to a new tangle of spin-offs. What Jared Holt has just said is that no one actually cared about the NPC meme until Kotaku complained about it. Point being, nobody was going to use it. You can call everybody a bot all day and night, and people just roll their eyes at you and say you're dumb. But then you write an article saying, oh no, they're dehumanizing us, calling us non-player characters. And what happens? Everyone says, okay, let's use it. And then they do. Look, man, how crazy is it that somebody went and made this like street art of the NPC Wojak? Okay, listen, how can you not look at that face? How can you look at that face and not laugh? That's what I don't understand. I see that, and it's a hilarious blank expression. It's funny. Somebody pointed out, I can't remember where I saw the post, it was like on Reddit. They said the funny thing about the NPC meme is that the only people who get mad about it are the people who think it applies to them. So what does that say about you, right? And let me point something else out too. In this post where political humor is calling Ted Cruz supporters NPCs, when you see everybody post a tweet at the exact same time that's identical, that's called a thunderclap or a tweet storm. There's literally an app, I don't know if it still exists, where you would sign up, give it access to your account, and then at the same time, everyone tweets the same thing to generate a trend so it appears in the trending tab. It was called thunderclap, right? So to use that as proof that they're NPCs is silly, but I don't care. I think it's funny that they're pointing out all these accounts doing the exact same thing. I think it's funny that they're calling them NPCs. You can be an NPC on either side of the aisle. Again, tell me that you look at this face and don't laugh. You know what makes me laugh? Actually, it's in my Discord. We added the NPC emoji, but it's got the angry brows, the furrowed brow, because that's way funnier. Basically, the meme tends to go like this. A person who looks normal is talking to the NPC, and they say something like, "Why don't you like Donald Trump?" And the NPC says Trump is racist, and the person will say, "What has he done that's racist?" Then you'll have several panels of the NPC face just with doing nothing, just a blank expression, and then 2 panels later, it's a furrowed brow, it's angry. And that's funny. It's hilarious. Look, people need to have a sense of humor about things. And that's, I think, what there's a weird thing you can see within people that kind of defines if they're going to be on the left or the right, right? Left and right's not even the right way to explain it. Someone like Chris Raygun is a really good example. He mocks social justice warriors, but he himself is kind of a progressive dude. He's like a Bernie supporter. He likes jokes. He doesn't care about if you're offensive or not. And that's what separates him from the regressive left, the willingness to laugh. And I think there's some kind of like, inherent individualism and freedom associated with these behaviors. Why would you get mad at the Wojak face? Because you think someone's making fun of you? Why? Do you do things like protest not knowing what you're protesting? Maybe then you should recognize your own faults. Or in reality, when someone calls you an NPC, you should say, ha ha ha, who cares? People call me names all the time. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. Thanks for hanging out. I'm gonna have more video. I'll have another video up tomorrow on the main channel at 4 p.m. So I'll see you then.